My name is Markus Amerman from Santa Fe, New Mexico. I'm mostly known for photorealistic beadwork, a style I developed in the 80s. But I also do performance art, installation, painting, sculpture, stone sculpture, fashion design, everything except basketry. That seems tedious to me.
My name's Preston Singletary and I'm from Seattle, Washington. You know, I grew up in Seattle and the whole glass community kind of grew up around me and I got swept up in it, and I started going to Pilchuck in about 1984 and learning how artists work with glass, and so I started to create a vocabulary that I could work with, and eventually I started to connect it to my cultural background, which is Tlingit, which is a tribe, native tribe from the southeast of Alaska, and so that's the basis of everything that I do today.
My tribe is Choctaw from Oklahoma and Mississippi, and our ancestors were the mound builders of the Mississippi Valley and all the way up through Ohio. And they lived between 800 and 1200 AD. And they produced what I think are some of my favorite artistic pieces, you know, their whole aesthetic.
I learned a lot through working with other Native people, indigenous people from around the world actually, and that kind of informs my own inner thinking and the way that I approach my own work. And so we're working on these series of head pot forms that have these sort of markings that are incised into the faces of them.
So we're kind of doing this in a two-stage process to capture the general look and tattooing of this thing, as well as building the face on there and making them kind of come to life.
Well, the process was that the last week Markus came in and we worked on these forms, and I sculpted the shape that was, you know, was inspired by these traditional objects that were created by the mound builder cultures.
After that, I sandblast the deep designs where the tattoos are.
So what we'll do is we'll pick these up on a collar, and then we'll heat them back up, and then we'll drop powder into these crevices and wipe the top surface away, and they'll create more contrast with the facial markings, and then we'll go back and finish the top, kind of like the traditional forms.
I'm honored to be here. I think it's a great opportunity to engage in a medium that's so mysterious and magical to me, and to see trained professionals working is like really a treat. To see people at that skill level creating my ideas.
Good? Yeah, all right. Now give me a profile.